Okay, so hi everybody. I just wanted to announce this is our first parter. Where this month and next month we're actually inviting software vendors in to come in and discuss ideas as well as tools for how you can make your business run better into the holiday season and ideally service your customers more efficiently, which will ultimately reduce your stress and may actually save you some money. So today's guest is Nicole. How do you pronounce your last name?
Bakai.
Bakai from gorgias, which
Yep.
which is one of. Are you #1 Shopify's most popular app?
I don't know actually, but I would say we're one of the top rated help desks.
Oh, definitely. And for those of you who have used assorted help desks, there's old school like Zendesk and Freshdesk, which are fine programs, but not really built for e-commerce. And then you have the new wave. I know Intercom was one of the first to come out with something that allowed you to curate data from multiple places. Unfortunately, it's not built for e-commerce and it's not a great choice. And then we have new, a small handful of new players in town, Gorgias being one of them, that are designed for e-commerce, that will allow you to run support on multiple venues and platforms. So if you've got different websites, if you have an Amazon store, if you have an eBay store, if you need to connect with your customers on social media, you can not only pull all that into one help desk, which is much easier for your support people or person, or you if you're a sole proprietor, to manage, but but it actually pulls in the store information, so you don't have to open 14 different screens to get the answers. So with that introduction, thank you for coming, Nicole.
Yes, thank you guys so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here. I love talking to different communities. I actually worked at a startup last year where I was reinventing the mini bar at Extra was the name. And basically there were tons of D2C brands that I worked with who I was trying to get into the mini bar. And then I just fell in love with D2C brands. So cue gorgeous because we got hit hard by the COVID outbreak. So hospitality did, that is what I mean. And so from there I was able to join Gorgias, and Gorgias basically hired me on to lead their strategic partnerships for the entire East Coast. So it allows me to kind of work with brands, and then I also get to work with agencies who work with a lot of brands, but also I get really involved in communities and events just to kind of help out, because I saw a lot of my friends struggle to manage their support, and I was like, why do it yourself when you can lean on technology to do it for you, and to at least assist you when you're kind of evaluating your next steps to scale. And I can start sharing my screen of, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And should I just dive right into the presentation?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, 1 second. And I'm going to kind of talk to you guys today a little bit about how to prepare for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and like how to put that in place for a lot of the e-commerce brands and what we're kind of seeing. So these, you can already expect like almost 100% increase from October to December. I think what that means is as sales are increasing, especially for this year, we're going to see a huge increase because Prime Day is earlier. November, December, Target came out that they're going to have really big sales. So you can definitely expect that your support tickets are going to follow suit with that. We saw the same thing with the COVID-19 effect. So we saw an initial 33% drop in sales, but then we saw almost a 2.5x increase for a lot of our e-commerce sites. So we saw a ton of tickets created, and I think that'll go hand in hand with this next holiday season as well, just to kind of mimic that. We also are seeing that a lot of the tickets are related to orders, so order status, returns, pre-orders. And so those are a lot of repetitive questions that you can actually pair with automation to respond to those. So you're not spending a lot of time, sorry, I'll mute my Slack, it's super annoying, so that we can already automate a lot of those responses without having to spend time on those repetitive asks. So what does this mean for your support team? So we often see a bottleneck. So as you can kind of see here, we took this data from COVID. We saw that in March, we saw a huge increase in tickets, but the number of active users that were actually in the support team stayed the same. So what you can do there is figure out either one, you can hire people, or you can actually leverage technology to kind of do the heavy lifting for you for those repetitive asks. So where's my order? What's my order status? So kind of like those typical questions that you're currently seeing in customer support and really trying to optimize on those. Do any of you guys have your own e-commerce websites or e-commerce stores?
I support some customers that have mainly a large WooCommerce store.
Okay.
And I've worked with clients that have Shopify as well. I'm actually thinking of starting my own Shopify just to learn more of Shopify.
Yeah, do it. That's like the best practice, honestly. And we integrate with Shopify, BigCommerce, and Magento as of right now.
Okay.
WooCommerce is not on the roadmap yet, but that's who we kind of focus on right now.
Yeah. And I have a small store, but I'm not putting a whole lot of effort into it right now. Over the last 20 years, I've run operations from zero to more than $100 million online. So,
oh my gosh,
all over the place. Yeah.
Good for you. That's incredible. Well, yeah, you should definitely look into a support desk if you don't already have one. But so how will this holiday season be different? So we have large retail stores starting 1 month or 2 months early, as I kind of mentioned. A lot of the big retailers like Walmart, Target, Best Buy are closing on Thanksgiving Day. And then same with Prime Day being pushed to October. So that's already going to increase a huge push for online sales and also a ton of offers. I think right now, especially with the sentiment of how people are more sensitive and just struggling, they're going to be looking for the right communication and the right channels to kind of partner with. You can expect like an 80 to 100% growth in support volume over the next 2 to 3 months. So how should you prepare? One thing is using macros. So if you're copying and pasting a lot of these responses, you shouldn't be doing that. Definitely lean on technology to kind of figure out how to automate a lot of those responses. So these highlighted fields are going to be the help desk fields. And so an example of that is here's the Shopify data. So customer name, number of last order, address, zip code. And then also we integrate with Smile and Loyalty Lion. So what this upsell is doing is thanks for your order. And here's also the amount of points you have left that you can redeem online. So, and have a great day, love the happiness department. So that allows you to now not only give them a really efficient response, but you're also saving yourself time. And then you're also signing it off with that some personalization and driving them back to your website. So that's a really good best practice to use if you're not already doing that. So not only you're like thanking them, but you're also then driving them back to your website. Nice. And then so it's really neat and it's really thoughtful, especially if you're getting a lot of orders and don't have the time to respond to every single one, just having some sort of response in place. So automating replies to common questions. So we've built our own machine learning technology, and a lot of people throw around machine learning, AI, but we actually have built our own system. And what that means is that we're able to automatically detect what the intent of a message means. So if it's shipping status, if it's tracking, if it's a negative comment, if it's a positive comment, we can now understand what the customer is asking about, and that's set up in the back end by rules. They're really easy to set up. They sound way scarier, but we guide our entire customers that sign up with us through the customer support process, and we have 24/7 customer support we offer as well. So if the customer integration for Shopify is created less than 15 days ago, or the shipment status is in transit, we will identify that and then can pull in that customer data and offer them all their tracking information and sign it off with the current agent's name. So we can detect and be completely accurate when we're giving and eliciting those responses. Any questions?
What happens if the order is more than 30 days? I'm just looking at your stuff on top.
Yeah, so this is just an example. So it can be 15 days, it could be 30 days. It depends on the customer's return policy. If it's more than 30 days, I would probably send an email and be like, we are so sorry, we're having a huge delay, and elicit that response, of course. But I'm sure they'll already have another ticket submitted that's like, where is my freaking order? And then we would escalate that as well. If it's over 30 days, then this rule wouldn't apply.
Okay.
Are you doing any sentiment detection to understand if the
Yeah.
customer is more elevated?
Exactly. So message intents and sentiments are something we released a couple months ago, and they're very, very accurate. The sentiment is going to detect, is it positive? Is it negative? Is it menacing? Kind of we use this a lot for Instagram and Facebook comments, because I think there's a lot of trolls out there who are commenting really negative things. So what we do is we detect it's a negative comment and put that into a negative comment view. So now you can understand and prioritize those tickets accordingly versus just going in one by one. Now you can actually go in by bucket and by category.
Are you capturing the comments on ads, Facebook ads?
Absolutely. So Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Facebook Messenger, Instagram ads, and organic Instagram ads. So all of them except for DMs, which Apple hasn't opened the API yet, so we cannot pull those in yet. We're all waiting on the DMs. Tickets created per tag. So I think this is also helpful. We have a statistics channel that can allow you to understand what's being tagged and what's maybe not tagged. Things that are being tagged, you can actually identify, okay, here's a post-sale tag. This shows we're getting a lot of questions about this. We have 3,000 untagged tickets. Why don't we understand what we can automate here, or maybe what are people asking about to identify the trends, and so you get to them first. Same with here. So if you want to create a ticket for account cancel or anything specifically, you can auto tag a lot of those tickets so that they go into a specific tab or view, customer view. So the customer support team will prioritize those tickets so that those are tagged correctly as well. Auto assign to the right team. So oftentimes, tickets go, you have to tag different people, you have to forward it on. You can go ahead and create a ticket and assign it to the social team here. So if it's this specific channel, no one from your support or your orders or your sales team is going to be working those queues. So there's definitely great ways that you can actually create those views specific to your team and make sure that it's super organized. Get the right staffing. I can't emphasize this enough. You are going to see an increase in support. So making sure that your team is well staffed, and they're going to be operating 80 tickets per day on average. So there's going to be a huge growth in support. Now, how do you drive revenue? So we talk about conversational commerce a lot. Sorry, I'm just taking a sip. And what we mean here is if you respond within 10 minutes on chat or SMS, the conversion rate is actually 28%. So we were able to pull data from our view to understand that if you respond within 10 minutes, when a customer is on your site, they're ready to engage, they're ready to purchase, they're ready to ask a question. And if you're able to answer in that quick time manner, you're actually able to drive the conversion rate up 28%. So again, this is like super helpful and a higher conversion rate than if you were just running an ad organically. So here's also our statistic called revenue. What we did is we took pre-sale tickets, and pre-sale tickets are pretty much tickets that aren't customers who purchased within the last 30 days. So kind of new customers or pre-existing customers that haven't purchased in the last month. And we found that out of the 230 tickets, or 500 tickets, almost half converted. So they drove an additional $23,000 in revenue. So again, a huge statistic. That's with an average response time of 2 minutes and a resolution time of 21 minutes. So definitely recommend you get your support in place, figure out how you can even drive that additional ROI, and make sure that your response time is on point. And just stop me or interrupt me if you have any questions. Yes. Oh, Lori, I think you're on mute.
I mute because otherwise my dogs will bark.
Oh.
Otherwise they're quiet, see? But if I plan on them being quiet, they won't be. So I have a couple of questions here. Do you connect to live chat bot? It sounds like you've got Messenger to neither. How is that communication going? Because if you're talking about 28% improved conversion rate if we respond in 10 minutes, I've got to believe, or I should say logically, it would seem like if you're responding faster than that, your conversion rate is going to go up.
Yeah, so the quicker, obviously, the conversion rate is higher. If you think about someone coming to your website and they're chatting in and they're waiting 10 minutes, they're probably on another tab. You know, they're not going to really spend time on your page. So we actually give you chat out of the box. We also give you all the integrations out of the box. So Facebook, Instagram, all the social media accounts, as well as Facebook Messenger. So it's a one-click integration in our system, and then you're able to kind of follow along with those kind of channels and include that in your statistic and your reporting.
Okay. But can you actually respond in real time or
Absolutely.
just near real time? Oh, okay.
So
Cool.
you can either elicit a response or someone from your customer service team can respond to the chat. It just depends on how you're staffed accordingly and if you have the bandwidth to respond every 10 minutes, right? So that's just an example to show, like, the quicker you can respond or the more available you are, the higher the conversion.
Cool. About what's your typical store client size?
So we have all sizes, really. I mean, we have enterprise as big as Steve Madden, and then we have smaller like Olipop or Lesser Evil, and we have different plans. So we have a basic, a pro, and an advanced plan. It's really just based on volume of tickets. And if they're looking to kind of implement technology now and use it to scale, then I highly recommend that they have a help desk in place.
Do you find people who put the systems in place get more inquiries and therefore potentially more sales? You know, like if we've got a little chat sitting there ready to answer questions.
100%. I think chat, you don't have to be manning the chat 24/7. You could also use a chat, and I'll kind of get into that in a little bit, which is with my next slides, is if you think about, you know, someone coming to your site, maybe they're asking about a return, a promo code, or where their order is. If you have 3 of those answers on your chat, so it's like a self-serve, they're already answering those questions. They're like, that was great, that was easy. If you have good customer support, you're most likely going to be a repeat customer. So there's really a great way for you to drive that retention and drive that conversion. Another example of where I like to use chat is we were having a brand that was having a lot of returns based on shoe size. And so what we did is we launched the chat on that product page and we said, hey, we recommend you ordering a size up. And now what that does is it minimizes the returns and it already answers their question before they've even asked it. So those are quick wins for you to use as best practices. Another thing is offering a promo code when they're on your page after 3 seconds. Hey, here's 10% off. You're going to drive up conversions most likely if someone feels like they're getting a limited time offer. On the cart page, hey, here's free shipping if you're, you know, a lot of people abandon cart. Here's free shipping. Honestly, if I got free shipping, I'd be like, done, deal, I'm sold, right? So there's a lot you can do, and just thinking about customer support from a customer standpoint. It's like eating at a restaurant. If you're having a great meal and the service is bad, like most likely you might not go back. Or maybe it'll totally change your perception of the restaurant. So it's huge to your advantage, or it's a big advantage to your customer support team to have all these channels in place so that you know how to activate them and know how to respond to them and know how to like personalize that response with them to drive that conversion and repeat customer.
Cool. And just for those of you who came in late, this is Nicole Baquet. She's with Gorgias, which
Hello.
is one of the leading e-commerce specific customer support technologies or platforms. And so our topic today is definitely all about how to make your holidays a little less stressful while hopefully boosting your bottom line. So
Absolutely. You said it. You want to take over? I'm kidding. So kind of what I was talking about is that omni-channel everywhere. So be everywhere. So we might think email is the traditional like email upselling. Everyone has slowly moved to chat, to SMS, to Facebook Messenger. If you're not on those channels, I recommend you implement them because a lot of people want that quick response. If you think about how everyone's on mobile right now, the click-through rate on mobile is 90%. So if you don't already have that on your website, highly recommend you do, because you could be missing out on potential conversions, potential customers. That doesn't mean you need to be on 24/7. That means if they text you, you can get back to them and now you at least have their customer data, right? You at least have a way you can respond to them. If they're on your website, they have no one to talk to, and you're responding within 24 hours, like, sure, I'm sure you'll get some conversion, but it's if you're trying to be customer centric first, having that top of mind is going to be really important, and it'll allow you to manage your support better as well so that you can be available. Chat campaigns, again, this is a great example of what I was talking about. So this was the example of the shoes. Women go half a size up. I'm your fashion consultant. So make it seem really personalized, like someone's there ready to help you. Maybe say a fact. So these shoes are made with 100% cruelty-free faux leather. A lot of people might resonate with that or might be on your website for that objective statement. So making sure that the main purpose of their purchase and reconfirming that purchase for them is going to be a huge win for you. Again, product-specific discounts, making sure that they know exactly what they're getting, if they're getting the best deal. I look on 20 different websites before I actually make a purchase to see who has like maybe $1 even difference. So I can only imagine if they feel like they can go directly to your website and get that discount, they're going to make that purchase. So Messenger, again, something that we've seen huge popularity with. This is a great example of how you're running those Facebook ads. And now rather than just swiping up to their website, you're actually getting pulled into a Facebook Messenger chat, which again, now you see this chat pop up here. Here we go. We see this customer here right away that is getting pulled in. And now you have their customer data on the back end. So if they're on Shopify, Magento, or BigCommerce, we can actually pull in their information. And what we can do is we can already respond with, hey, so nice to see you. Get started. Hey, Travis, this is super customized now. We know exactly who this customer is. Here's 10% off, and now you can engage them in conversation. So you're now actually managing their entire customer experience from beginning to end. Sorry, did you have a question? Can't tell if anyone's saying anything. No? Okay, cool. Get your offers out. So again, make sure that you're, pulling in, can I return it? Like, what is your return policy? Everyone is huge on offers this holiday season, especially because there is such an impact on the economy these days. And so making sure that you're giving the best offer, giving the best discounts, that's going to drive your loyalty right now to that brand. The other piece is also Instagram and Facebook. So if people are commenting, you might not think of those as qualified leads, but they are. You can respond and say, hey, here's 10% off, as you can kind of see here. And now you're activating not only Megan, but you're activating Jessica as well with this heart emoji. So bucketing those into social lead categories is going to allow you to kind of build your pipeline.
Very cool.
We can also do that for negative comments as well. So here, prioritizing comments, here we can prioritize positive. So that's the sentiments you guys were kind of talking about earlier. Here you can see positive. You can also see negative sentiments. So if someone's just writing something super negative, you can go ahead and hide that within the Gorgias view. You can like it. I don't know why you would like it, but maybe you can just go ahead, hide it. Email that customer. If they're already a customer with you, you can actually respond with an email, or you can comment back and be like, I'm really sorry you're having this experience. What can I do? Maybe you can prioritize those, turn that customer experience around. So it's just a great way for you to get ahead of those trolls. Sorry, did you have a question?
No. I do have more questions. I can ask it now. This one seems more like an end question, but is there a sample site that people can look at to see it live in action?
Yeah, so I mean, you can have a 7-day trial. I obviously sent you guys, like, if you want to just try it out, or just email me and I can just demo you on the platform. I think that would probably be the best way, so I can understand what your needs are and guide the conversation. Because sometimes when people go to Gorgias, they're like, hey, what do I do? And I like to kind of handhold them and kind of show them like how they can get set up. And if it's a fit for you, great. If it's not right now, great. If it's maybe down the line, also great. So that's kind of what I'm here for. And Lori, I know we have your link. So if they sign up with that link, they get a month off, and they'll automatically be detected as your partner so that I can understand and give them like the white glove treatment. So
thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. So SMS, again, a really cool tool. It's 90% click-through rate. You can see these GIFs come through, which is really beautiful imagery, kind of makes it feel more personalized. It doesn't feel like an email blast to hundreds of people. It feels super personalized to you. And then you can also say, you can respond via SMS. Again, a really great way for you to kind of bring them that customer support. And you can also have them subscribe via SMS and be like, hey, you're the winner, and make it super personalized as well.
Cool. Is it possible to combine tickets from Facebook Messenger and emails if it's all the same customer?
Absolutely. If you can figure out, or if their email is attached to the same customer ordering data, yes, same with phone number. Otherwise, you're going to have to ask them, be like, hey, what's your order number? And then you can merge the ticket once, and then you understand the customer and who that profile is moving forward. Train your support team to upsell. Like I said, your support team is really your sales team. They're the ones dealing with your customers. They're the ones that can change your entire customer experience. If you think about here, if they want to replace, here's a broken item. Can you see that on the bottom here? Or is that coming in the way?
Yeah, I can sort of see it.
Yep.
Oh, here. Oh, sorry. Okay. Well, yeah, basically down here, what you can see is here's a broken one. So now what you can do is just upsell, replacement. Hey, I'm so sorry about that. I'll send an invoice to make sure that you're not getting charged for that $3 shipping fee. And then also let's get you an opportunity to get more of a discount on your next purchases. There are so many upselling opportunities for those bad experiences, and making sure that those are available to the customer who's having a bad experience is super important.
Cool.
So yeah, just kind of an overview. You can, if you have more than one support team or support person in your support team, you can track them all by how many tickets they're converting. What are they doing right? Maybe test out a sales strategy, like maybe have them do 4 different sales scripts and see who's doing the best, to kind of understand what the best practices here are and drive that additional revenue. Overview of Gorgias. We're now 4,000 customers. We just crossed the line, so we're super excited. We're on Magento, BigCommerce, and Shopify. And these are just some of our bigger customers. Like I said, there's really, we can work with all brands. It really just depends on what your needs are. And you get a free month, again, for joining. Lori, will you be sending that link out after?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, just if they're interested.
Can you show us how you interact with eBay and Amazon? Because those are challenging support channels, and I don't think a lot of store owners even realize that you can remain compliant with both platforms and still communicate through the same spot.
Absolutely. How about I just kind of show you what the platform looks like, and then you guys can let me know what your questions are.
Cool.
So can you see my screen here?
Yes.
Yes.
So this is kind of what the Gorgias view looks like. Here are your views. You can kind of change them around however you'd like. And then this is what your ticket's going to look like with all your customer data in front of you. My item is broken and I need a new one. Exactly what we talked about. You can go ahead and replace the order, damaged items. You can click that. I apologize. We're going to go ahead and cancel your order. Can you send us a photo? Now you don't have to copy and paste that response. Now going into the integrations piece about Amazon and eBay, we can actually pull everything in through channel reply. So it's a quick integration. You can actually grab everything from the central Amazon seller account, and then all the orders will actually be pulled in here into Gorgias. So you don't actually have to work with between apps, and you can actually manage everything within Gorgias.
Nice.
Very cool. Does eBay require channel reply too?
Yeah, it does. So as you can kind of see here, it is an additional fee of $31 a month, but you can actually pull in Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. Of course, we wish we did have those integrations, but we are a 100-person team. We're getting bigger integration requests every single day. So having an integration like this is super easy for us to use to just plug and play into our system.
Do you have a connection for Etsy?
What do you mean connection?
The same thing, except to handle Etsy. Yeah.
Actually, I believe so. I have to double check on that for you, and then I can get back to you.
Okay, cool. Because we see that as being another popular marketplace for a lot of our sellers.
Yeah, for sure. Can actually look it up right now. Let me just double check. But yeah, Etsy again, anything connected with like a specific email. Yeah, it looks like. Yeah, not yet, unfortunately, but I think it is something on our roadmap.
Cool. Cool. Any more questions? Let's see here. Can we combine? All right. Where is the sales data in the last slide pulled from? Shopify, how is that sales linked to the agent?
Great. I actually is pulled from Gorgias from our statistics channel, and I'll go ahead and show you guys again what that looks like. So we have great reporting. It all comes with Gorgias. The revenue statistic is right here, so you can actually see what the conversion ratio is and the total sales you're driving from support. So as you can kind of see here, this is what you're going to be identifying. I do believe we give you everything with every plan. Revenue statistic, I think, is pro or up. We don't activate it for basic plans, but it is available for a larger plan.
Cool.
Neat.
Cool. Well, no, thank you guys so much for your time. Are there any other questions?
That's great.
Oh, sorry. I just saw.
I've got what I needed. Did we see another question come up? I think we got them all.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't even realize you were manning the questions. That's perfect.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, we answered every single one of these. It makes sense. Yes,
Cool.
so we give you chat out of the box. We give you, you can combine tickets as long as the email is associated. Same with Instagram and Facebook. And yes, we give you that revenue statistic from Gorgias. And without bugging their site, I didn't really understand what that means.
You want to explain that one, Steve?
Oh yeah, I just meant go test somebody's site without, you know, without going to a real live site and giving them support traffic from a whole bunch of people in Austin.
Yeah. No. I get what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, I would just sign up with the Redline link, and then you can sign up for a free trial and just test it out. And if you need a longer extension, I can just hook you up. Cool.
Thank you. That's good.
SMS the integration is included in every single plan. So all integrations are included. SMS though, for the actual app like Attentive or Postscript, you actually have to pay for, of course, but that integration is totally free.
This is a good question. How is the sale linked to the agent if you're trying to track? What kind of agent metrics are you guys showing in terms of, so that as a manager, I can make sure my people are doing the right thing?
So with the agents, so if they're interacting with the customer, they're going to be the ones that are assigned to the ticket, right? So you're going to track it that way. So if a sale is made from that customer they're engaging with, we're going to be able to track it. We can also assign promo codes to specific agents, maybe see who's driving sales, maybe a little bit more. You can do that. But the way we really track it is who's assigned to the ticket, who answered the ticket, and who converted it.
So do you have a metrics dashboard on that?
Yes.
And does it also rate, you know how with a lot of these platforms, the customer at the end gets a, did our agent solve your problem kind of thing?
We give you a satisfaction survey right out of the box. We also, here's the overview statistics. So you can look at by channel, by agent, by tag. You can also see when you should staff. So maybe is there like a better time for you to manage your support?
That's exactly what I was asking is do you have any, and I realize this is going to be a wild number that's all over the place. Do you have any idea how much time this typically saves people? Because that's part of their value equation is, you know, can I manage 5 channels with one person instead of needing 5 people?
Yeah, so it's actually a 30% efficiency gain. So whatever your current efficiency rate is, I would take out 30 or whatever, drive more 30% of that. That's what we found to kind of across all our channels, what we've been able to value add. We also have awesome case studies on our website, like from people that have come from different platforms and how we've driven their turnaround time, their turnaround time, and then also just how we've kind of been able to automate like almost 50% of support tickets. And I'll put that in the chat here. Like here's an example, Bird Dogs uses macros in 46% of support tickets to maintain their vibrant brand. How Marine Layer drastically reduced their resolution time and increased customer loyalty. So they reduced their resolution time by 68%.
Wow.
So
that's pretty cool. Especially Black Friday.
Yeah, right? Like you don't want to have long wait times, especially if you're a customer. But cool, yeah. This is super exciting to be with you guys. I love Austin so much, and I'm usually managing the East Coast, but Texas kind of counts as it as well. So I'm kind of like your point of contact for anything gorgeous related. I'm a human. I know sometimes it feels like behind these tech platforms, there's not really people behind it, but there are. So definitely reach out to me. And my email is just nicole@gorgias.com.
Perfect. Anybody else have any last minute questions? It looks like today's could be a little bit early wrap.
No, thanks so much for being on. That was great.
Thank you. This is wonderful. This will get posted up to YouTube and probably all over Facebook and LinkedIn as well. So
yeah, if you could
wish
just
to
tag me,
review it,
that'd be great.
Will do. Will
Thanks.
do. Take care.
Cool.
Thank you.